Episode 9 with me, Phoebe.
And me, Charlotte.
I feel like we're getting good at this.
Yeah, we are getting good.
Okay. Episode 9. Today we are talking about, you know what, I don't even know what the title properly is, but it's about...
It was.
Go on.
The conversations we never had until we started lifting.
Or running, or fitness.
Or yeah, just anything, yeah. Lifting was just the generic thing.
Could you tell Charlotte's planned this one? Well, she wrote it
Well,
down.
I wrote it out and I haven't read it.
Last week. We haven't really talked about it. So we were like, you know what? Let's just spiral on it. Which, to be fair, majority of our episodes, we have just winged, except for like a few speaking points we've really wanted to keep in.
Yeah.
Where I think...
Just to remind ourselves.
Yeah. But I think this topic, I could just have verbal diarrhea on. Because the way that I speak, portray myself, comfortable, whatever, to who I was before I gymmed is very, 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 very different.
Yeah.
Where now, I think we said it in one of the other episodes before, I think because I'm so comfortable with being uncomfortable, like, what am I trying to say? Because I'm so comfortable with being basically in a complete, utter...
Vulnerable. Is that the word?
Okay. I'm trying to say it without, like, insulting myself.
Just insult yourself, it's fine.
Like, I'm comfortable now of looking like an absolute bag of shit. Like, if I am red in the face, sweat pouring off me, hair piking up here, half an arse cheek out by accident and then de-wedging in the gym, then I know I am training hard.
Yeah.
And that I'm almost like, you know what? It's worth it. Yeah. So I'm very comfortable with that now, where the start of my gym journey, or before my gym journey,
yeah.
Oh, no.
God forbid you be seen like that.
Phoebe would have been looking perfect. Even like now on this podcast, I would have probably spent an hour to get ready.
Yeah.
Where, little do you all know, like 10 minutes ago before Charlotte turned up, I was still in my pyjamas, hadn't brushed my hair from this morning because I was working from home, and
she stunk?
No, I didn't. I didn't stink. I did have deodorant on and I had brushed my teeth. But other than that, I hadn't done much more, and I had gone out to Aldi, but I just don't care as much anymore.
There's no need to either. But half those things I don't even think about anymore, like in the gym. Like, I'll pull a wedgie out.
I'm actually so bad for it now. Like, I really just don't, like, care at all. And sometimes I think, you know what, Phoebe? You need
Rein it in a little bit.
You need to bring it back in. You're a little bit too comfortable. But again... I think before all of this, I would never have said publicly on something like this, or even to many of my mates, like, oh, like I'm struggling with like how my body feels at the moment.
Yeah. Where
I feel like now, because that's all, not all anyone talks about, but a lot in the fitness world is
talked about a lot more, yeah.
Yeah, oh, you want to cut, oh, you trying to bulk, or...
It's like an icebreaker to first conversation with someone. Like, those are the first things that are brought up.
How much protein do you eat?
Yeah. It's actually grim when you think about it.
Yeah. But these conversations would never have... I'm thinking back to, like... How old am I now? 26. When did I start? I'm thinking back to, like, 19-year-old me.
Yeah.
If I'd have said to my friends, oh, I feel so, like... Oh, I want to put muscle on, or I want to train my legs or anything like that, it would have been like,
why?
Yeah, like, why are you doing that? Or if I'd have chosen, here's a good one, if I'd have chosen like a healthy option on like out and about at a meal.
Yeah.
Like,
what are you eating that for? You don't need to lose weight.
Yeah. Or the flip side, which I have had before, but anyone who knows me knows I'm a girl that can eat. Well, I've been like
if you don't know that already, like, you haven't obviously been listening correctly.
Anyone has food around me, I'm having a bite. Fact. But yeah, I've had the flip side of it where I've been like at friends' families' barbecues and whatnot, and I can remember it was a bad day. I literally went back for like 3 or 4 burgers. Something, I was just so hungry that day, and they were like, how are you eating that much? Are you not like scared that everyone's seeing you eat that much? I'm like, no, I don't care. Like, I can't remember what I did that day, but I'd probably done a 10k run already that day and the gym. And I was just like, if people want to think that I eat loads, then...
Fine.
Yeah.
I've always eaten loads. Like, everyone would always say to me, like, my dad would always go like, well, I don't know where you put it.
Yeah.
Like, and then everyone would just be like, these comments didn't faze me. Like, my nan would say, like, oh, it just goes to your legs because my legs are so long.
Because you're a lamppost.
I am. Thank you.
But I say that because I'm so jealous.
A beanpole.
Yeah, See, you're doing it yourself. Let's keep going. Your legs are literally just...
They are very long.
Yeah.
But like that, those kind of comments don't really faze me, to be honest. Like, I know I can eat. Thank you for pointing out. I see it as a compliment. Give me the rest of the food.
Yeah. But before the gym and before, I think, being around people like yourself who are so confident in that side.
So, right, you've called me a lamppost. I've called myself a beanpole, and now you're calling me fat.
I'm really trying to think of more tall insults, and I just can't.
Giraffe.
There we go.
I've got plenty.
You've had it your whole life. And do you know what? It's always the short people that want long legs.
Yeah.
Long.
To be fair, I do quite like having long legs. Like, when I was, like, probably, like, 3-4 years ago, I'd be like, I hate being tall. But now I quite like it.
Do you know what? If I had long legs, like... I know the diva that I'd be.
You know the biggest pain. The biggest pain of long legs is when you come to shave your legs. There's a lot of surface area.
Oh, yeah.
It takes a long time.
That should be like an ad commercial. Like, if you've got a certain length of legs, you get like buy one, get one free.
Save your money because you not waste your time, but have to spend more time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a real pain.
Well, that was a fun little one.
Obviously, you just said you're quite more open about doing weird things in public spaces. You comfortable with that? Are you more comfortable with conversations as well, like in a fitness space? Like things you wouldn't normally talk about to someone, I don't know, one of your friends, but when you're doing some fitness-wise or a run with them or something, like you say, you've got an hour of talking. What are you?
Yes, and do you know what? I still can't understand why, but like if I was having a struggle that's related to fitness, so let's say it's a body image or food related or just generally like I'm struggling at my running or anything like that, I would feel more comfortable speaking to someone that, even being a stranger, who is in that same environment, compared to maybe a friend who I know, unless they're a super close friend, that's a different story, but just an acquaintance who I know isn't in the environment. So if it was like, you had like scales and stuff, like I would feel so much more comfortable talking about that to someone in the gym who I know probably understands it or may have been through it than a friend who just is got no interest in whatsoever. I think that's because we're all in the same, I want to say like cult circle thing, but it kind of is when you're in that fitness bubble. People understand it a lot more.
They've probably had some sort of experience or know someone who've had the experience. So yeah, they can give better advice, or just if they can't give advice, just understand you a lot better.
Yeah.
And then especially, I think with girls as well, like girls that are in fitness, you literally, the conversations are unhinged sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's a funny one when you see girls like bend over and the other girl's checking them out. Yeah. They're like, you know what you're doing, you know what you're checking there.
Literally.
And again, like no shame. And everyone's like,
good.
Yeah. But I think majority of people who we know speak about all of their personal, private lives, their deep, darkest secrets with each other who they train with, in comparison to just the odd normal friend, because you spend that much time with them.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking, like at one point, I think it was last year or the year before, I saw Sedge over the Christmas period more than my actual family because the amount of runs we were on.
Yeah.
And they were like 10Ks, 15Ks. Like, well, that's a lot of time to be talking.
Yeah, that's like over an hour, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. You wouldn't just, well, you might do, but with Sedge, for example, would you sit down? That's probably a bad example to choose, actually. I was going to say, would you sit down with him and talk, just go back and forth for an hour and 45 minutes?
Do you know what? I can't do that with many people.
Oh, okay.
Like, I physically can't. I think my brain's a bit like, to sit down and have that long of a talk with no distractions, I can't do it. Get me to do it while running or doing something.
Yeah.
Then I'm just verbal diarrhea. I think it's where you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Me sitting in a coffee shop for an hour and a half talking about my feelings or life or general, again, unless it's like with one of my girls and it's really juicy gossip, then...
To be fair, I was actually talking to Lamar about this morning. We're talking about, you're the kind of not a different person, but your energy sometimes changes when you're in environments that you're comfortable in, when you compared to environments that you're not comfortable in. And I was like, that is actually so true. Because like when I went into the gym to start off with, obviously it was new, I wasn't comfortable there, I was quite quiet. But now, I just don't really give a shit, I just say whatever, and because I'm comfortable in there. And I think it's the same with whatever person you're with when you're training, like whether it's a run or in the gym or whatever. As long as you're comfortable with the person in the environment, you literally can talk about whatever.
Do you think it's because I'm going more to like the gym here, when you struggle on the lift or something, but it's also with running, but mainly when you're running, you're out of breath. But do you think it's because when we're working out, you've got no choice, if you've got to show a side of weakness.
Yeah.
You've got to show that, I can't say the word, that's
it.
So it almost makes then the mental side of it just come naturally. Yeah. Where outside these conversations or outside fitness, you've got to take the step over that line to have
You're
that
more
conversation.
open to talk about those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Massively.
And again, I think that's why I'm almost so comfortable talking about it on a podcast. Because again, thinking back to even a year ago, I wouldn't show any signs of weakness.
Yeah.
To anyone. Like, this is how bad I used to be. Do you know what? I think I still am a little bit. Ask Marcus what my favourite colour is, what my favourite food is, what my favourite TV show is. To be fair, I've probably got them now and he probably knows now. But back in the day, I used to say no.
What, like, I'm not telling you that?
Yeah.
Why?
This is how, like, woohoo!
Is he going to judge me for my favourite colour?
No, because I didn't want someone to know what my favourite is, because then they could use it against me as a sign of weakness.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I get that, but I wouldn't have ever put it to, like, favourite colour or...
No, that was just being a little bit extreme. Okay. But I still think I didn't choose a favourite colour. Because then, like, if you wanted... In my head, if I said, like, my favourite colour was red, and there was a choice between giving me, I don't know, like a red mug or a blue mug, this is very, like, downgraded.
Yeah.
But if you knew I really wanted the red, and I've pissed you off, you can give me the blue.
Yeah.
I've, like, given you a perfect opportunity.
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
So that's where my brain used to be.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't show weakness. Now I'm just like, I will post on my Instagram.
Give me that red mug.
Yeah, now I'm like, oh my gosh, that 5k was impossible, I couldn't do it, I walked loads, I'm so unfit now, or that was a really bad session, I couldn't even lift 2 kg. Like, now I'm just telling everyone.
I think I did that when I was younger. Like, I remember there was like this training session, and it was like for some reason whatever was really hurting, and it was really painful, and then everyone was like, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And I just carried on doing the whole session, and then I got in the car, and Mum was like, why are you limping? And I was like, oh, I've really hurt my leg, but it'll be fine. Like, just constantly, because I'm like, I can't be injured. Like, I'm a great runner. Like, that doesn't happen to good runners, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But now, that doesn't bother me. I'll admit that my knee hurts all the fucking time.
I know, we're kind of like prone for injuries at the moment.
Yeah.
I think, as well, my turning point was pulling out of Paris. Was it Paris?
Actually, yeah.
Paris
I do think that was a big thing, because you were very much in your head going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, when you didn't do it, I was actually quite surprised.
So many people were.
I was really surprised.
And that's when I was kind of like...
Have I done the right thing?
Shit. No, where I was like, shit, I've really been, like, portraying, like, this unhealthy, toxic, like, thought. So I think with Amsterdam, I had a stress fracture and tendonitis. I should have pulled out. I literally went to the start line
in a boot,
in a fracture boot. I should have pulled out 100%, but I don't regret it. I know I shouldn't have done it, and I'm living to pay the prices. But that was very much where I didn't want to show anyone that I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Why can everyone else do it and I can't? It's an injury. It's not even that bad. Just do it. Where a year later...
I think in Amsterdam, the only thing that would have stopped you is if your foot was actually falling off.
Completely. I think mid-run, I even said to Jenna, like, I don't think I'm finishing this, but the only way I'm not finishing it is if I'm going back in an ambulance.
Yeah.
I will get to the end line. Yeah. Now, like a year or however long later, for Paris, injured again, I was very much like... Don't get me wrong, I think I left it until the week before.
Yeah, definitely.
I was still, like, a bit delulu.
I was under every impression that you were going to do it, and I was like, oh, God, strap myself in for the recovery.
Yeah, yeah. I was still very delulu that I could do it. But then I thought, you know what, no, be sensible and just, like, it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
I can remember I had a conversation with Jo. Anyone who doesn't know Jo, she is the lady...
I feel like you should just know who Jo is from saying the word Jo. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Anyone that
She
is
has
around
this
in our
status.
circle, they know who Jo is. So Jo is the most amazing sports masseuse,
Therapist.
PT, therapist. I do all her hot yoga with her. She's helped me on all of my injuries. Literally, like, she's texted me being like, get your ass in the ice bath now.
Yeah.
You need to get in. Or if I'm being like, no, it hurts. She's been like, no, get doing it. You need to... Anyway, long story short, she's been amazing. And it was the week before Paris. And I was still saying to her, I was like, I want to do it, Jo. I know I shouldn't. And I was in the sauna. And it's glass front door. And she sat opposite me.
Yeah.
She can just sense. She just knew. And she was like, Fee, just admit it. Like, it's not weak to pull out.
Yeah.
Like, it's bigger to actually step back and do it.
Yeah.
Like, you will be okay. No one will judge you for it. And I almost needed to hear that. And then for the rest of the 15 minutes in the sauna, I cried. And she was like, just get it out. You need to get it out, you stupid cow. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And I didn't realise how much I needed to get it out. And then after that, I was like,
I'm fine.
I'm a stupid
Yeah,
bitch.
you had a great weekend in Paris.
I just needed to not think of it as being weak.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, I was having a conversation with someone who has been through similar... My voice broke then. I'm not on the edge of tears. I promise you.
Welling up here.
She's been through similar. She's in the same fitness environment. And it coming from her rather than coming from, like, my mum. I'm like, oh, you don't get it, Mum. It made a massive difference. I think sometimes it is who says it to you.
Definitely. It was like, I asked you for advice the other day and I was like, please tell me the harsh truth. Because some of my friends would just feed into my delulu-ness and then others would be like, no.
Yeah.
So then...
I think everyone knows there's a few people like that. Do you know who always like that?
Who?
Ads.
Yeah.
I can imagine Ads is just like... Well, yeah. You knew I'd tell you the harsh truth.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I asked.
I was like, I literally heard you say it on the voice note and I was like...
I literally, like I said to...
Am I going to upset her saying the wrong thing?
That's what I mean.
She wants the harsh truth and that is what I give.
I said to the friend that I was with, I was like, this might come across really horrible, by the way. I was like, but she's not horrible, she's nice.
But you need that, like, I would always rather someone...
Yeah.
Obviously, not, like, be, like, horrible, but I'd always rather someone tell me the harsh truth. And, again, I think everyone in our close fitness bubble would and does.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to think of when someone's given me harsh truth from our fitness bubble. To be fair, I feel like the lads, like, do it quite often, but not, like, but they don't realise they're doing it. They're like, oh, it's just a 10k, get over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
okay, fine.
yeah, I needed to hear that. Yeah, you're right. Why are you moaning for? It's just 10k.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I said to, just thinking about this conversation I had with Sean earlier. So, I put a picture on my story that I'd done that session or whatever, and he was like, what about the non-negotiables? And obviously I hadn't fucking gone along with them at all. So I said to him, because we're still arguing about who's going to drive when we go to watch Cyan ads, because my exhaust is only temporarily fixed. He doesn't want to drive because he's just lazy.
Sean, drive!
Yeah, well, I get onto how we concluded the conversation. So I said, if I agree to do non-negotiables every single day until, like, for the rest of the month, you can drive to Wales. I was like, how about that? And then he's like, no. I was like, okay. Oh. Right.
Do you know what? He doesn't like, what's the word? Clickbait, rage bait, whatever it is.
Yeah, he's just like, no.
Yeah.
Like, right, okay. So then I put it into ChatGPT, a photo of us two. And I said, which one out of these two people should drive to Wales? It was so funny. It was like, Sean was on the left and it was like, I can't really tell much from this photo, so I'm just going to go off like a vibe check. It was like, I think the one on the left, which is in Sean, should drive because this, and the one on the right can be the DJ, the snack provider. And I was like, yes, send in the screenshot. And then he was like, because it said, you know how when you put something into ChatGPT, it says at the bottom, like, let me know if you want a different
Yeah.
option and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or like include different factors. And Sean was like, you haven't included all the factors, like put them all in. So I put them in. The fact that my exhaust is being held on by a cable tie, he's got a really reliable van that can take us and stuff like this. And then it said, yep, Sean should definitely drive. Something like, if you go in your car, yeah, it sounds fun because it's a sports car, but it's screaming breakdown on the M4. I was like, exactly. And then Sean was like, well, the chat said left, as in left of the picture. He was like, it's obviously talking about left in the actual picture, which would obviously be me. And so I put it into the chat. I said, do you mean left on the picture or left as in our perspective? And it said, no, left on the picture. And I was like, you've literally got no leg to stand on. And then I put something in. I said, exactly, I agree with you completely. Sean doesn't. And then it said something like, oh, classic Sean. And I was like, what the fuck? It was so funny. I'll show you the screenshots afterwards because they're on my phone. But yeah.
I'm so confused how we've gone from this episode being about how conversations have changed from being in the gym to not being in the gym with certain people to now
just
having
being
a
harsh.
conversation with
that was it.
GPT.
ChatGPT said, like, you need to give Sean some cold, hard truths. I was like, I know, I agree.
We all try. It doesn't affect Sean. Man.
Yeah.
But that being said, he did the exact same thing to me today in the gym. So
he said to me, actually, when I put, like, a compromise in, he was like, who do you think you are, Phoebe? I was like...
To be fair, because he almost got me. So I was leaving the gym pretty much as he was coming in.
Oh, this morning?
Yeah. And he was like, where are you going? And I was like, I've just finished my bike, like I'm going home. But I've got to start work in like 40 minutes. He's like, so you're not doing the non-negotiables? And I was like, shit, I forgot. I was like, oh, I'll just do them later on at home. And I literally took 2 steps down. I thought, oh, I'm not going to do them. So I turned around to go back up. And he was still standing there like, and I was like, you absolute prick.
He got you there.
But it helps.
Yeah.
And again, because I did a run on the treadmill today for the first time.
Ugh.
I woke up and chose violence today.
Yeah.
I really did.
How was it?
Do you know what? I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would, but I did an easy session on the treadmill, so...
Yeah, you don't want to just slap some intervals on the treadmill.
Yeah, I thought I will wean my weight in.
Yeah.
But paused my watch. So I did a little warm at 1K, paused it because then I wanted to work out what pace I wanted to run at, to what pace to put it on the treadmill. So I actually had to step off, so I was like, okay, I'll pause it for this. Figured it out with ChatGPT. Got running again. Probably about 800, 900 metres in. I looked, hadn't resumed. And I was gutted. I was telling Sean this. He went, who do you think you are, pausing your watch on a run now? You know better than that. And I was like... Don't want to hear it today, Sean, because
he just knows how to wind us up.
Strava post, so now I can't put it up there because it says I only did like 3.9k and I actually did 5.3, and then we got into the whole your watch isn't calibrated, which I still don't get, but that's a whole
neither do I, to be honest.
Issue, but yeah, I thought I'm gonna try and do an interval session.
When?
Today?
Oh,
on the treadmill.
Oh,
Were you just listening?
I thought you meant like in the future. Like I was like,
no.
Okay.
I did try and channeling out old High Rocks ones, but...
Yeah, I actually like those interval sessions.
You're a bit tapped like that.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest conversation you've had during fitness? Run, gym, training, whatever.
Oh, God, I don't know. It's probably with you.
Yeah, probably.
You should have prepared me with these questions.
No, but then I can't see your reaction. I want like natural. I want to see it. Because I just think you guarantee you've had some questionable
Start again.
Questionable conversations during a workout.
To be fair, the most unhinged conversations are probably with ads.
But that is just ads. He's an unhinged man.
Do you not think though? Like, he'll literally say anything at the top of his voice in that gym. What was he talking about earlier in the group chat? With his arm. What did he do with his arm?
Oh yeah, he was showing us a photo of him on his run, on his run on Sunday, Saturday, whatever day. He's got real bad sunburn and tan lines. So he's sending a photo into our group chat of him literally in like a towel. Here was a shelf in a pure gym, changing room, and he was just like sitting on the shelf, like taking the photo. And I was like,
your arm looks great.
Yeah, your arm looks great, but if anyone walked in and saw you like that, he was like, why is it only the females that comment on me like that? I was like, oh, sorry.
It's a shame. It's
not for the wrong team.
Yeah, that's not what it's after.
Saying that, though, adds another unhinged one. So, someone might be able to tell me what they were training for in the gym. You might be able to tell me, but to this day, I am going to think they were training for something funky.
Okay.
So this man, I don't even want to demonstrate it because it's going to be posted. He was sitting in front...
this.
He was sitting in front of the mirrors at Pure Gym.
Yeah. With
a strap attached to...
I know exactly who you're on about. I knew you were going to say this person because he's just a freak. He's so weird.
So he had a weighted plate, 10 kg or 15 kg.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing heavier. Attached to a strap.
Yeah.
They hang on the back of him, and then the strap was over his head like this. And he was sitting there in front of the mirror on his knees. Mm-hmm. So imagine where I'm going with this. And he was doing like...
Yeah, I know exactly who you're on about.
All this. That one I can kind of understand a bit more. But the forward and back motions, I was like, what are you training your neck and head muscles for like that? If you were a Formula 1 driver, I would understand it.
Yeah.
But you are
You're not a Formula 1.
So all I was seeing in the gym was this man practicing strengthening up his...
He's the one that aggressively...
because that's what he was doing, and ads shouted, oh my God, I bet he's good, or something like that. And everyone in the gym was watching, all thinking the same thing. The man is watching himself do it in the mirror, and ads just shouts this, and I was like...
Yeah, he's just so unhinged.
But what was he doing, do you know?
Neck strengthening, that would be the only thing. But he's the guy that aggressively, like, goes on the hamstring curl and, like, flicks it up, and, like, his whole body, like, jolts forward on this machine.
Oh, no.
And, like, you can just imagine the visuals of that.
Yeah. Talking about that, another unhinged thing. Why? Again, I think it's because it's Pure Gym. I need to get out of Pure Gym. Yeah. I do actually train at a different
You're better
gym.
than that.
That is really nice. I train at the Belfry as well, but all of our friends train at the Pure Gym.
Yeah.
And it's, like, 5 minutes from my house, so I go there quite often. And do you know what? I think I enjoy the unhingedness.
Yeah, actually, like, it gives you so many things to talk about sometimes.
But talking about, like, fitness and conversations and stuff, again, they might just be close friends, whatever. But in a public gym, loud, I will probably say at least once a week. No, maybe not that much.
I really don't know what she's going to say.
Once a month, I could be on a machine and there's a group of friends next to me, or 2 people, however many, openly talking about their sex life or something that I shouldn't be hearing. But I think because people are in the gym, they're like...
They kind of just... I think everyone assumes that everyone else got headphones in, but not everyone has headphones in.
I'm guilty sometimes. When I know it's going to be a juicy conversation, I go... And I pause when
Oh, yeah?
Oh, is it not just me?
When I used to work there and there'd be, like, conversations going on between, like, certain people and I'm just training, I'd pause that music straight away, pretend I'm not fucking listening. I want to know.
I thought it was just me being a bit, like, I love a bit of gossip.
Yeah,
I love a bit of gossip. I think we just, I'm trying to think back with runs. Again, I would never, I can't believe I'm about to say this on a podcast, but I would never have said in front of a lad, I need a poo.
Remember that run to it was me,
what
you.
Are you about to say?
It was me, you, Sean, and Si.
Oh.
It was probably like, I'd say my second or third like long run into town on a Saturday, and I think you had everyone around here.
Everyone around here, and they literally went home.
There was so much food.
About 7 hours ago, and we had like
ridiculous amounts of food.
We could have fed a restaurant twice over, and I ate it.
Yeah. And then you were like, we literally started the run. We was probably like, we weren't even that far away from your house. And you were like, I feel really sick. Like,
I thought it was going to come out this end of
first. And she went really quiet and like kind of just dropped behind a little bit. And we all just like turn around and just check, like, is she stopped to be sick yet? Like, is she okay? Yeah. And then I think it was when we properly got into town, it was like every, I don't know, kilometre, I really need a shit. Like, is there a shop or like somewhere I can go to the toilet?
Because I do draw the line at doing it out and about. Like, I know I'm not going to make people outside, but I do know a few people that have had a shit outside.
Girls?
Yes. But again, if you got to go, you got to go. Yeah. I'm not going to judge you for that. But I was in city centre where there is places But then the lads just found it funny and they were like, oh, we might get to accost her at some point. And I was just like, oh. But the funniest part of it, I think I stopped off like 3 times.
Yeah, and you actually didn't, you were like, no, it's not happening. Yeah, because we stopped at Pure Gym.
Oh, yeah.
In town. I just went for a wee and you were like, no, nothing happening. Then we stopped somewhere else, still nothing happened. And then we got to this Costa and we just sat down at a table because we stopped our watches and we were like, I wonder how long we're going to be sat here for. But then you was
quick.
Then, to be fair, you was quite quick, and then you was fine after that.
And then I think I ran faster.
Yeah.
I remember Sean being like, "Oh yeah, you're running faster now." I was like, "Oh yeah, that trifle, that burger's gone, all of this." But yeah, I would never ever have dreamt of talking about that before. But now, especially runners, I think because it's so like toilet issues are so normal with runners. Yeah. Like I think John has shat himself before. Like, he openly... I'm not baiting him out.
No, he openly
says
talks
it
about
to everyone.
this.
He's like, I'm not going to shit myself on this run. And the first time he said this, I was like, haha. And
he's like, no, I'm being serious.
Everyone's like, no, seriously. And I was like, what? You're telling everyone... Same as Neil. Pissed himself. Neil finished the fun run. Not even a marathon. The Sutton fun run. Yeah, not even like a...
8 miles, 8.5 miles.
And he finishes it in the city centre where he could have got to the toilet. But anyway, we're not going to go on to that.
And he had grey shorts on.
Yes, grey shorts, and he finishes that finish line, and it was clearly the sign of like, release, and he pissed himself.
And that is why he ran it in 1 hour and 1 second.
If he'd have pissed himself earlier on and lost that extra weight. But anyway, like, we're telling you, because he's told everyone, where I would have been like, oh, can't tell anyone that.
Yeah,
he was almost like, it happened. I've pissed myself, guys.
What it was, he had no way of hiding that. Even Katie went and told everyone. And then so that was a Sunday. I then worked the Monday, the day after. Amber come in. Did you hear about Neil yesterday? I was like, how was that travelled so quickly?
But taking it back to being a little bit deeper, have you heard anyone talk about anything like this in a bad way? Like,
no.
Obviously, people might be behind closed doors and like, do what you want. I don't care what you're saying behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Saying it in a group of people and openly voicing your opinion is very different in my perspective. But I've never heard anyone be like,
that's disgusting. Sort yourself out.
Yeah. Maybe
that's
the people
very true.
out of the fitness community.
Yeah, they'd be like, why would you put yourself through that to end up in that position?
Yeah, but people within, people laugh.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but it's also funny.
It is funny, yeah.
And I think that's what spirals the conversation, that it's okay to talk about these things.
Yeah. Oh, and Neil always farts on every single fucking run as well. How did we forget about
Marcus yesterday? No, the day before. We went on a run together for the first time. And
oh, shit, yeah.
Goodness knows how long. And I was just making conversation because you know what? Neil always farts and never says anything.
No, it's like loud and then he'll turn around, play it off like, who's that? And then carry on.
It's got worse with me now. He always does it when I'm behind him.
Oh shit, I remember that.
Or he'll do it and like, again, if it happens, it happens. Like, oh, sorry, apologies. Or, oh, that slipped out.
Yeah.
Nah, he drops it, just carries on like nothing happened. I'm like, I did hear that, you know. Like a little bit like, yeah, it's just normal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's funny. Trying to think of other unhinged things.
Gosh, there's gotta be more.
I'm trying to think of things that Ads has said.
Ads has said a lot that would get us cancelled.
Yeah, that's true. Ads is like, if you ever, to be fair, like if you ever need harsh reality or like harsh truths, he will literally tell you to grow the fuck up and like give you them.
Yeah. The same with Marcus.
Yeah.
I think like, I'm trying to think what some of the stuff that he said that he probably shouldn't have said. But he's
to other people?
Yeah. There's gotta be loads.
We need like a Marcus quote book.
Fun fact, my friend actually has that for me.
Oh, for you?
But she has it for like the Phoebeism. So when I say when I say no, it's happening. When I say phrases wrong.
Okay.
Like,
oh, I think you told me about this actually. I can't remember what one, but there was a
one of the good ones was, which I'm still shocked at, sticking to your guns.
What did you think it was?
Sticking to your gums. I don't know
why. No way.
I don't know why. For the past
sticking to your gums.
I always said that until she was like,
hell?
What? I'm like, yeah, I'm sticking to my gums. I'm like, I think I don't even know what we're talking about. I thought, yeah, I'm sticking to my gums. She's like, You doing what? And I was like, I'm sticking to my guns.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
What, have you got
Same
any others?
Yeah, the same with this one. I stand by. Clean. No. So I don't know which way around it is. A clean slate.
A clean slate.
Let's start a clean slate.
Yeah.
I say, let's start a clean plate.
No, slate.
Why
Wipe the slate clean. That's
But
it.
why would you wipe a slate clean?
I don't know what a slate is, to be honest.
Exactly.
Well, it's just these like phrases.
But a clean
that are just...
plate makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's start with a clean
plate.
plate.
No, it makes sense, but it's not the phrase.
Well, anyway. But let's do a quote one for Marcus.
What, like
A quote book one. Yeah.
What, right now, like?
Oh, no, no,
Oh,
no.
I was gonna say.
Actually, I can think of one that he said. He said to someone before, and again, if you don't know Marcus, he is just a bit, how do we put it? Socially unaware, blunt.
She's got no filter.
Yeah, but not in a rude
No.
way. Like, he just doesn't comprehend. Yeah. I think that's the military in him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's Marcus.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was
Very objective rather than subjective.
Yeah. He was on a run before, and I remember we'd all stopped. He was just having a chat, whatever. And he was chatting to this girl, and he randomly looks at her tattoo and goes,
What was the tattoo of?
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
And he went, what made you get that? Thank you. That's the
If
reaction.
someone said that to me, I'd be like, okay.
And I was like, Marcus, you can't say that. He was like, but I'm interested, like, what made you get that?
But it's like the
It's
tone
the
of
way that he's
voice.
saying it, and this is like with a run, and he'd never even met this girl before properly. And I was like, Marcus, no, you can't say that. And then it gets worse. He goes, oh, is it like a MAGA tattoo?
A MAGA tattoo is like John's, a camel on your toe. Like,
Yeah. So again, I think sometimes fitness can just like he hadn't even like spoken to this girl probably before. I don't even know if she knew he was my boyfriend, or if she might have thought he was hitting on her really bad. But I think that kind of sums up the fitness world communication. Sometimes you just have random chats.
yeah, this just made me think of it, talking about tattoos, because we've been talking about this at work. What's your opinion on getting your like partner's name, initials, like first letter of their name tattooed on you?
No.
Yeah. No.
Absolutely not. For me, I just think it's an ick.
Yeah.
Two,
Especially if it's like neck
yeah.
or like, I don't know, in just a strange
But then
place.
I'm not covered in tattoos, so if I was covered in tattoos, maybe I'd feel differently about it.
Yeah.
But I personally wouldn't ever. Do you know
just
what I
think
would
it's
like
silly.
to do though?
Yeah.
And I probably will. If I got to like, that's really morbid, but if I got to like 70 yard, 80 yards, hopefully me and Marcus are still whatever.
Yeah.
I'd quite like to do it then.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, when you're properly old and wrinkly.
Yeah.
And like you say, when people have been like married for like 70 odd years, and you just know like they're just gonna get buried together.
Yeah.
I think I'd quite like to do it when I'm old, like that.
Yeah.
Or I would do like a fuck it fun tattoo.
I just think it's silly.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the neck area. Like,
Yeah, I'm not a fan with that. But then what do you think about people, I don't know him personally, well, I'm trying to move like I know him, don't know him. Guy on social media, you know of him as well. What's his name? I don't know what to call a male air hostess. A male air hostess?
I think so, yeah.
And
what else
he's,
you'd call it? Flight attendant?
well, I'm really bad at accents. Welsh, Cardiff, something. You do know of the dude. And
Oh, Sean! Oh,
it.
yeah, he's Irish, yeah.
see, there we go, close Irish, Welsh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sean. And he's got a tattoo of his Strava
yeah.
routes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about
Yeah,
that.
neither. At first, I was like, that's kind of cool, but I would never get that. Straight away, I was like, I'd never get that.
Yeah, I think I'd have to do something.
It does look quite cool.
Massive achievement for it. I'm not saying a marathon isn't a massive achievement.
If you did an Ironman, would you get an Ironman
Yes.
tattoo?
I would,
Yeah.
110%. I think because so many people have done marathons, I wouldn't do the tattoo of it.
Okay.
If I did
yeah,
like
yeah.
an ultra that was like a 5-day long ultra, maybe, but then that would take up my whole body, that route.
Yeah, imagine.
Ironman, 100% I would.
Yeah.
Because that is just
Crazy.
Yeah. We've literally been telling John this week, haven't we?
Yeah, he needs to get one.
Get your Iron Man tattoo.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd have it, but I would get one.
I think I'd get it. I don't know, probably in like a silly place because it's just it's not a silly tattoo, but it kind of is at the same time.
But anyway, we have completely rambled.
We just started talking about unhinged
topic
things.
Yes, but in light of this episode, that explains, I think, how comfortable fitness can make you speaking.
Yeah. The environment you're in, the people that you're with as well.
Look at us trying to draw it back in to close the episode, be professional, when really I'm just like,
No.
I'm sweating like a pig under here.
Yeah, so it looks so complete opposite. I've got a short and a vest on. She's got a quarter-zip, joggers on. When I came into the house, she was like, let me just go and put some trousers on. I'm thinking, it was fucking hot in there. Like, you're going to be warm.
Do you know why? I had this jumper on all day with, like, my pyjama shorts on. And since when I got out the shower, I just didn't put pants back on. So I had pyjama shorts and I was like, well, I can't film it like that. And then the closest thing I could find was my trackies.
Yeah.
I've still got no pants on. So I'm literally like absolutely sweating just to go back in the shower now.
Podcast with no pants on.
Anyway, that's called OnlyFans.
Unhinged.
See ya.
Bye.